So today I have a bit of a different video for you today. We're going to be looking at a player who has taken the Premier League by storm this season and is one of the reasons, along with Mahrez and a few others, why Leicester City is doing so fantastic in the Premier League today, and that is Jamie Vardy. Now, how did this guy who was playing non-league football about 3 years ago, which is not that long ago, go from that to potential Premier League winner and England international? That's what we're going to be covering in this video today. Jamie Vardy is truly having a party. I mean, he's gone from Fleetwood Town to teams even below Fleetwood Town to almost Premier League champion, top scorer in the Premier League, or at least tied with Harry Kane, and England international. And will he be the champion at the end of the season? It looks likely. You know, why is it and how is it that Jamie Vardy has gone from a player at Fleetwood Town to one of the Premier League's most prolific strikers who strikes fear in the hearts of defenders who worry about how they're going to defend this guy? Well, let's take a look at his game and how he has made such a rise to the top. Okay, the first thing I want to emphasize, and something that I assume you need in the lower leagues to succeed, is being direct. This is something that frustrates me when I see teams that like to just kind of pass the ball back and forward along the box and no one takes a risk. Jamie Vardy cannot be accused of that. When he gets the ball, he runs at defenders. He cuts them inside and out. His favorite move is one that I've actually discussed on this channel before called the bait and take. What he'll do is he'll either move inside, then outside very quickly, or outside to inside very quickly and then finish. And we'll show you an example of that right now. As you can see, it's not even complicated. He just touches it one way and then quickly touches it another way and bursts past the defender and gets his finish in. And this is such a useful skill to have, but I rarely see players use it. And it's been very refreshing to see Jamie Vardy do it over and over again in the Premier League this year. And even though he does it over and over again, players struggle to stop him. He runs right at defenders. I remember when he was on the cusp of breaking Ruud van Nistelrooy's record of consecutive games scored in, and he was playing Newcastle, and he needed to score in that game to tie the record. And the goal he scored just is a huge example of that. He gets the ball, he quickly cuts the defender. The only thing on his mind is, I'm going to get a shot away, I'm going to score. He weaves through the defenders and blasts it into the corner. It's as direct as it can possibly be, and he gets the rewards for it. And I don't think enough players do this, just being very direct and dangerous. He uses his pace, he has a good touch, and he has a sensational finish, and he knows it, and he uses it to his advantage. So the first thing about his game and why he is being able to come to the Premier League and do so well, having been in the conference, I think, or non-league not that many years ago, is because he's extremely direct. He doesn't mess around. He wants to get that ball as close to the opponent's box as possible, as quickly as possible, and get a shot off and score a goal. Now, the second thing I want you to take a look at is his work rate and his work rate when countering. Now, Leicester City has kind of developed their game around counter-attacking football. Some of the quickest counter-attacking football I've ever seen, by the way. Claudio Ranieri has got his team doing this so well to where if you lose the ball to Leicester and their defense, they will just shoot the ball up quickly to Vardy. He'll cushion it down from someone else, spin away, get the ball back, and score. And that's happened so many times this season if you look at some of the highlights. A great example of this was against my team, Liverpool, and I'll show you this goal because it's just fantastic. Now, the finish that Jamie Vardy ends up doing isn't a typical finish. It's world class, and you can't expect every player to be able to do that. But the fact that he's able to do that shows you the confidence that he has and just how good Leicester are at the moment. So Mahrez hits the ball up to him quickly. Vardy takes it on the volley, and Mignolet has no chance. Let's take a look at that. It's unbelievable. And that's the thing, Vardy's not afraid to take his chances, even if they are chances that don't seem likely to work out for him. But he doesn't care, he took it anyway, and because of it, he may have scored the goal of the season right there and beat Liverpool to continue their run to the top. But to go with his work rate and hard work up front, he is one of the hardest working players. And it seems in this day and age, if you're not a hard working player, especially as a striker, you're not going to be one of the best. You're not going to score the goals you need to do. I mean, if you look at the top scorers in the league even right now, like the Aguero Agueros, Harry Kane's tied with Vardy, and Vardy himself. These are all extremely hard-working players, each and every one of them, who will harry the defense. You want to look at other players who are the best in the world. Look at like a Luis Suarez. Again, he's a player who will work his ass off up front. He will harass defenders. He will be on the move constantly. And Jamie Vardy definitely does this. One thing that really impresses me about him is he wins a lot of headers for someone who's relatively small. If the ball comes up to him, he's really good at cushioning the ball down to a player that's coming up from the midfield, whether Drinkwater, Mahrez, Kanté, whoever else. He'll cushion it down to them, and guess what he does immediately after that? He spins away and he sprints as hard as he can for that return ball. And if they get the ball to him, he's going to have a one-on-one with the keeper. And that's one of the ways he's been able to score so many goals. And thirdly, and the last reason I think he's been able to go from non-league to Premier League star to, I mean, he better be going to the Euros. If Roy Hodgson doesn't take him, I will personally go to England and slap him. That's not a threat. I'm just kidding. Don't sue me. But what I'm saying is he is an incredible finisher. Now, I don't care what level you're at. If you can put the ball in the back of the net, you will be successful in this sport. And Jamie Vardy, he did it when he was at his first team, which was, I think, Steelbridge something, when he was at Fleetwood Town, and he's done it at Leicester. His finishing ability is really good. So to any striker out there, if you can improve your finishing ability and you can be direct and you can work hard, you never know where you can go. Do you think Jamie Vardy 3 or 4 years ago would have expected himself to be an England international or Premier League, possibly Premier League champion right now? He might have. I'm sure he's always had belief in himself, but even to him, this must be a fairy tale. But it is all possible because of how he's developed himself and how he's risen. So this last one on his finishing, he's one of the best finishers in the Premier League. It has to be said, you know, a player who came up with Leicester, he's come through and he's always scored goals at every level. And it doesn't matter what level you're at. If you can finish well, you can score goals at any level, especially if you have the determination that Vardy apparently has. So his finishing has been fantastic. He's had clever finishes. He's had almost impossible finishes like the one against Liverpool. He's had pretty straightforward finishes. He's had tap-ins. Actually, he hasn't had too many tap-ins. Most of his goals have been really good. The point of it being is he knows how to find a net. So if you're a striker, I would especially look to improve your finishing because you never know how far you can go when you have fantastic finishing. Okay, everyone, so that's been going over Jamie Vardy's game a little bit and how he's gotten to the top. Now, what you can learn from this and why I love this story so much is Vardy was 26 or 25 when he was playing non-league football. And anyone today, before Vardy's rise, would have said, well, you know, 25, 26 in non-league, it's probably too late for him to play at the high level. Well, it wasn't. He worked hard, he kept scoring, he kept being direct, and now he's one of the Premier League's most prolific scorers. And it just shows if you can work hard, if you do the right practices, if you can develop your game enough, you never know how far you can go. And I want you to take that to heart no matter where you are with your game, whether you're on the bench for your team, whether you're not even playing for your varsity team, whether you're struggling to get into your side. Know that if you work hard enough on your game, you practice every day, and you just, you put in the effort, you never know how far you can go. I mean, I hadn't even heard of Jamie Vardy till he made it to the Premier League, but I've definitely heard of him now. So just keep that in mind. You never know how far you can go with that hard work, that drive, and determination. Okay, guys, this has been a video on how Jamie Vardy made it to the top. Make sure you like this video, subscribe for more videos like this. I might do some other videos along the lines of players who went from the bottom to the top like this. There are actually a lot more out there. When I was doing the research for this video, there are a few. Jamie Vardy's just risen so quickly that it's like the big story. But again, leave a like on this video, share it with your friends, share it with your teammates, just share it around. Let's get this video out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. We release, 3 to 4 videos every single week that are designed to help you improve your game as a soccer player. And I'll see you all on the next video.